Okay, so we're going to talk about how to use BeLive to stream to Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn. In order for you to sign up to BeLive, you can click on the link that is in the training hub, and that will take you to a sign up page where you can sign up. That is an affiliate link for me. You need and you can get going. So once you sign up, it's going to ask you to sign up. You have a free trial of 14 days, and then you can sign up using your Facebook account. So once you've signed up, you're going to come to this page. You're going to go to be.live or BeLive.tv. And when you come in here, you're going to click on Start Broadcast. But before we do that, I just want to take you to my profile, where my profile basically gives you access to like all of your, how to invite people to BeLive, your information. But then if you click on this and click on My Broadcasts, it will actually show you a list of all of the broadcasts that you have done. Now you'll notice that I don't use BeLive as much anymore because I use Streamlabs, but this is what I used to use almost exclusively until I started using Streamlabs because I wanted to have a little bit more control. And we talked about that in more detail in the BeLive versus Streamlabs video. But for right now, we're going to be looking at BeLive. So let's come back in here and I'm going to click on Start Broadcast. So when you click on Start Broadcast, it's going to bring you to a screen that is your dashboard. Okay. Because I'm actually going to turn off the camera right now, remove it because I want everything to be like as if here. Okay. So this is your whole canvas. On the top side is where you're going to pick where you're going to go live and what you're going to do and what you're going to say. And we're going to come back to that. I'm just going to show you around first. On the left-hand side is where you have your options to go live. You choose your camera. There's a lot of other tools in terms of what you're going to need while you're live. So this is more as you're like, while you're live, this is setting up for your live. This down here is your staging area. Anything that is down here is something that you can then move up into the screen as you need it. And I'll show you how that works later. So, but this is going to be where you're going to use quite a bit. I'm going to close that because you don't need this right now. And then on the right-hand side is where you have your comments and you can see your viewers and reactions. Okay. So let's start by first scheduling a live. All right. So we're going to go to Edit Destination and let's move this over a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to move that here and then I'm going to reset. Okay, yes. Okay. So I'm going to set destination. All right. Now you'll notice that we have a lot of different options here. We have YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, custom RMTP. This is if you're going to have, if you use the Facebook code key, which we're not going to use here. Offline recording would be just to record something. If you just want to record a video, and then a test broadcast, which only will broadcast to you, So let's start. Let's pick Facebook for now. Okay. Because that's the easiest. Now you can schedule up to 5 places. All right. So I could schedule it to a Facebook page, a Facebook business page, Facebook group, a YouTube link, so on and so forth. So each of these is to add a different destination. For the moment, we're just going to do on Facebook. Let's say I want to schedule my stream and I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. For tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay. Now keep in mind that you can only schedule for up to 7 days in advance. Okay. That is a and 10 minutes in the future and 7 days in advance. That is a Facebook limitation. It's not a BeLive limitation. And let's say we're going to do let's do Social Strategy Squad. That's my Social Strategy Squad business page. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to schedule the stream. It's going to be on the 14th. And now let's say I want to upload a thumbnail. Okay. So I can make a cover photo and this will ultimately become the photo that ends up on the post. So I do want to have a photo because I want people to know what it is. So let's go into the squad and I'm going to say, we're going to do Hustle Proof Your Life. Okay. So that's going to be my cover photo. Not exactly in the right orientation, but that'll work for right now. So this is going to be the thumbnail that appears on Facebook. And this title is going to be showing you how to use BeLive. Okay. And then I'm going to say a lot of fun things. Go to http://manessa.com. Okay. All right. So now you'll notice that this is done. I've got this here. So if I click on this, then it's going to create an event on my business page, Social Strategy Squad that, so I'm going to go ahead and create that. Okay. So you can see what that looks like. So now that we've created it, you can see here that it's created on the page, right? So there it is. And so now it's going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay. So I've scheduled that in BeLive. Now, if I come here All right, so we've got that scheduled. When the time comes for me to go live, I can click on this and it will automatically appear. Or if I want to add more destinations, so let's say I want to add another destination and I want this one to be Facebook, but I want this one to be in a group. Okay, so I want this one to be in a group and I want this to be in the Social Strategy Squad group, Social Strategy Squad live video group. Okay, I want that to be in the live video group. All right, and so it'll have the same photo. I can't change the photo, right? This photo is going to be through all of them. Same title, same stream description, but this time it says add comment instructions to my post. Now, the reason why it says this is because if I go live on a business page and someone comments on that, I can click on the comment and have it show up on the screen with the person's name. If I am in a group, it will not show the person's name or their photo because that is a privacy issue. They have to give permission. So it will add that note that says, listen, in order for you to be able to, for us to be able to share your comments on screen, you need to give us explicit permission, and they can click that. So that's the difference between the group and the page. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So now this is going to create an event in that group as well. Okay. So now it's in both places. So let's say the day has come and I am ready to go live. Okay. So let's say we're now at the point, or I've decided, oh, oops, I changed my mind. I want to go live right now. So if I decide I'm going to go live right now, no problem. I can go live right now, but now I'm here. First thing I'm going to need to do is connect a camera. Okay. So I'm going to click on connect camera. You'll notice that it pops up down here and that I have a camera automatically. So it's going to show up right there. Now, if it is on the right-hand side of this red bar, then it is not showing in stream. If you want it to show in stream, you need to click on show in stream. Okay, so now I am showing in the stream. Okay, so I'm showing in the stream and there it is, okay, which is exactly what we want. Okay, any other thing that you add will show up on the right-hand side of the red bar that you can then add or bring back down. If you wanted to mute you can mute the mic and I could stop video. Okay, or I could hide it. So those are all things that I can do as a result of this. I'm going to mute this because I don't actually know what the sound is going to be. Yeah, it's fine. I keep speaking. It's great. Okay. Just in case. I don't know if it's going to be doing something weird. Okay. So now let's say you want to add another camera. You have a different camera because sometimes people have cameras that they're like, I have a camera that's looking at my product, or I have a camera that's looking at something else. You can add a camera, and then over here in the settings, you have the ability to change the camera. So like, let's say this is the camera, the second camera that I want. I'm going to say that. So that becomes the camera. And then when I'm ready to bring it up, let's say it's focusing on somewhere else or something else, I can just bring it on the screen. If you have a guest, okay, so let's say you have a guest. Oh, I didn't add another camera. Let's say you have a guest, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to use this with the, okay, you can send them this link. If you send them the link, then when they click on that link, they will actually show up as a camera down here. Like it'll look just like this. You'll see their face. No one will be able to hear them until you bring them on screen. Okay. So you have your cameras, you have your guest. If you want to do a screen share, you can click here and then pick the screen that you want to share. And then let's say I want to share a Chrome tab, and let's say I want to share my programs from the squad. Okay. So I'm going to share that. Okay, so now you can see that that's down there. So I can show that in stream. Okay, so now I am sharing a screen and you have my camera here. I have a couple of different ways that I can play around with this. I can have a thing on the bottom. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this overlay because it's not really the best overlay for this. Let's say none. Okay. Okay. So I can have it be down here. I can have it be so that I am the bigger one, and that is the smaller picture. I can have us together like this. I can have us together like this. Now, this is just one way it can look. There are a lot of visual. You can change the display quite a bit, and I'll show you how to do that later. And you can have up to 4 people on the screen. Okay. So like you can keep adding different things. Eventually, the more things you add, the slower it's going to start to get a little halting and jerky. But just know that if you have the more things you add, the more bandwidth it's going to take. But you can bring things on, take things off as you see fit. Okay. The other thing you've got is media. So if you wanted to share a photo or some slides or a picture from Facebook, you can easily do that. So let's say I want to share this picture of me and Alex from Facebook, and that's it. I'm going to add that image, right? So now you'll see that image is below. Now here's what's interesting. if I wanted to, I could show this in stream. Okay. And then while we're talking, basically, I'm leading you down. I'm telling you, like, let's assume these are all pictures, and I'm of things that I'm telling you stories about the pictures as they happen. You might use this in terms of I'm telling you about a product as it comes across the screen, right? So here we go. Oh, look, there's another picture. The pendulum swings both ways. That's one of my favorite philosophies in life. That you take the good, you take the bad. The good happens, the bad happens, the pendulum swings. It just keeps swinging. It comes back, it comes forth, it comes back, it comes forth. It is what it is. And then so as you're talking, you're going through these and basically sharing details and information. So you can add media. Oh, look at me, I'm adorable. Okay, so and now let's say, for example, you're like, oh, I want this up there as well. So you can have these three on there. So we're all here now. Okay, so let's hide that. Let's hide this. Okay, we'll keep them there, but we'll hide them all for now. Then you have your live sales. Now this is called live sales, but what it really is it allows you to bring your products up on the screen. So I'm going to select this here, and I've already created this particular set of lists. So each one of these is called a list, and you can add new lists or delete lists as you see fit. So I don't want this Squad Academy one here anymore. So I'm actually going to be like, I don't want this. So I am going to click on these two things and delete list. Okay, so now that list is gone. Now you'll notice I have my strong female character. So let's say while I am live, I want to sell my swag that I have. I can then push this little button, push source to staging. Okay. And what that does is it puts this product here down in the staging area. So now when I'm ready to sell, I have this amazing t-shirt that everybody always asks me where they can buy it. You'll notice that the strong female character t-shirt came up on the side. You'll see the price of it is below, the name of it, the cost. Now here's something even better. What happens when you are live streaming to a business page is that the link that is associated with this item. Okay, so I'm going to click here again. I'm going to click in this, and I'm going to show you this link. That link right there. That link shows up in the comments on the business page. So what that means is that while I'm talking about this link pops up on the business page. And now as I'm talking, I can say that you can click on the link that just popped up in your comments and you can get this shirt. Now, I don't just sell clothes though. I also have a mug, right? So when I get to the mug, this information will pop up, and then the link for the mug will pop up. So every time you move to a different product, the link for that specific product will pop up so that people can buy. So what this is really great for is if you do sell, let's say you're selling a single product, you can have the single product here and just have the link up there. And just periodically, there you go, move it individually. Now notice, check this out. That is a comment that just popped in, right? So just popped in. So I did show as title, and there you go. Gone. Okay, so you can get that in there. Okay, so now I've got the products. Okay, so and if you are someone who sells many products, what I would recommend is I would put all of the products in all at once, and then when you're live, you can just cycle through them as you get to the product. I do not find the widgets to be particularly helpful, so I don't use them at all, but if you want to play around with them, go ahead. Now, the next thing, the two things are more branding and organization related. So this first one on the left is your on-screen agenda. So I use this. It's super helpful. What it allows you to do is it will allow you to have a bunch of pre-written things that you want to have go on your screen. And then you press this little button here on the thing on the left, and there it will bring it out so that it's like permanently out on the right-hand side, which makes it easier. So let's say what's coming up. Okay, so while I'm talking, I want to say, listen, we are changing co-working hours. Okay, so now you can basically have these little things that pop up on the screen, but you've already pre-written them so that you have the text there while you're talking. So basically people don't need to ask questions. This is particularly helpful when it comes to things like instructions to buy, how to check out, things like that, because a lot of times while you're live streaming, someone will come and ask you a question and they're like, how do I buy? And you have to stop so that you can tell them the whole spiel about how to buy. But if you already have this written out and someone's like, how do I buy? You could just press this button that tells them when it pops up, it'll say to purchase, go here, here, and here. And then people will be like, look at the instructions on the screen, or they'll be able to see it. So basically you're allowing yourself to have a lot more flow in terms of your conversation and your sales process that doesn't then get interrupted consistently by people who are asking questions, which of course you want them to ask questions, but you don't want it to actually disrupt your business. So that's sort of where this comes in to help with that. This is also really great for helping to keep you on track. So if you were going to do a live stream where you were talking about let's say it's a 10-minute live stream where you're talking about how to overcome grief, and tools and techniques that you can use immediately. 3 tools and techniques you can use right away to help begin to cope with grief, right? So let's say that's what you're doing. You could then put all 3 of those on here just to keep you on track. And then as you talk about them, you bring them up on the screen, and then you sort of, that way it keeps everybody anchored and it keeps you on track. I find it to be really, really, really helpful. I absolutely love it. And then the last but not least, we have your branding. So you'll notice that earlier on, I said that you could adapt the way that your screen looks. There are a few different ways to do that. You can do that with your overlay. So you'll notice that I have a few overlays here, and there's a video that will show you, there's a bonus video to show you how to create your own overlays. But let's say I'm going to use this overlay and I'm going to apply it. That's what we had when we first started training. So basically what an overlay is it is an image that goes over the screen to create visual interest. And I like it because it allows me to have a lot more control over what people see. You'll notice that I put this little frame here. I show you how to design overlays in Canva. You can be as crazy as you want, and I show you exactly how to do that. So I like the overlay way of doing it, to have some control over the screen. You also have the ability to look at your themes. So you can have a modern theme, which is, I'm going to apply it now and show you what that looks like. So if you apply the modern theme, you'll notice that it becomes like, it has a little black thing with the purple bar on the side, as opposed to before when it was a classic theme, which was more, this is more rounded, more bright, more colorful. So either way works, but that gives you the ability to be a little bit more pro or a little bit more colorful, however you'd like. The other thing you can do is you can add a logo. So if you add a logo, let's pretend that's the logo there. It will show up on the top right-hand side of your screen. Now, I will tell you, the way that I tend to do it is I tend to just not use the logo at all, and then put everything on the overlay and just have that be the one thing that's there, and then just do it with the overlay. If you take out Canva, I show you how the whole thing is oriented, so you can see how to do it yourself, so that you don't have to, so that you can create something like that. But if you didn't want to do that and you didn't want to create an overlay, because a lot of people don't want overlays, you can just have your logo and that's more than sufficient, or you can use one of their overlays that they've created. And then lastly, you have your background. So you can have, there are many different types of backgrounds. You can have these, and the backgrounds really don't impact a whole lot. So like right now, this background isn't really showing anything, but if I show another thing in stream, let's see if I can show, there we go. If I show more than one thing in stream, the background starts to become relevant. Now, obviously this looks super busy, so I tend to prefer backgrounds that are a little bit subtle, and background that are, I actually think the one that I have picked, the purple checkered, is actually too busy. But it's like, I feel like if I was going to do this, I would actually, if I was actually going to use that as my background, I would blur this out enormously, because I think it is just too busy for what we're doing right now. So one of the things that I would recommend is, if you're going to create your own background, because of where it shows up, make sure that it's something a little bit blurry. So now the background though, so do not confuse the background with the overlay. So I'm using the purple thing, so obviously it looks the same, but let's look at this here. I just want to show you. So this purple frame thing that I have currently is, that is the overlay part. Okay, this is the overlay part. If I turn off the overlay, let's turn off the overlay. You'll notice that the whole picture shows, okay? But if I add an overlay back, it goes over whatever was there. So I'm going to add this. This is one that I did in the training that you'll see there, right? But it goes over everything else. So the overlay is literally on top of everything else except for the text. Okay, so except for like when you pop this up there, it's over everything else. Okay. Alrighty. So when you are ready to go live, all you need to do, oh my God, there's just so much stuff up here. Let's just get rid of this. If I want to get rid of things that I'm like, I don't want these here at all. I don't want them in my stream, and I don't want them on my stage. You can just X out and it'll say, do you want to remove it? And you remove it and you're gone. And then you can always add them back if you want. Okay. So now that I'm ready to go live, I'm just going to come here. Okay. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to click start. You have to hit start twice. Hit start and then go live. And then that's going to take you live. And then it will go live it's going to go live here, and it will go live on the page. And if you created an event, it will also go live in the event. All right. And so that is how you go live using BeLive. If you have any questions or need any help, come to the squad and post the questions on the wall. BeLive has an enormous support community, and they are very, very, very helpful. And we can also help you in the squad. But I wanted to make sure that we could just get you going, get you up and running. The most important thing to keep in mind, again, is this. It's the goal is to get you online. So if you run into any problems, don't feel embarrassed or ashamed. Like, you want to just massage that knot out as quickly as possible. Just post in the squad, just like, hey, I'm stuck at this spot. What do I do? And someone will help you. And that way you can make progress as quickly as possible. All right. I cannot wait to see what you create with BeLive.